Alright, so the next game we're going to look at is another one that... So... This doesn't quite have the same problem as the previous game, I feel like. But maybe to an extent it does. The previous game I just played, I felt like the visuals directly impeded the gameplay. This one, that's not necessarily the problem, and actually I think the visuals in this are pretty interesting looking. But the gameplay might get in the way of enjoying the rest of the experience. So, we'll try it and see where we get with it. But it's clearly a very, like, retro, you know, like, let's say, like, PS1 era or thereabouts inspired aesthetic to this FPS. May your wrath conquer the cursed beings and save the land. Fight like hell and avenge your father. Explore a giant castle filled with monsters and get stronger to withstand the forces of hell in this boomer shooter Metroidvania adventure. So they do say it's a Metroidvania. So, like, this is immediately kind of, like, sounding interesting to me. Looks like it's targeting Q1 2026. I'm gonna guess this is the only thing on Steam by this dev? Yeah, it is. Okay. Let's scroll down. I scrolled down too far. About this game, fight. Explore and fight your way through a giant castle filled with all kinds of monsters. Find new gear, learn new skills, and level up to better your chances against evil. ALARIC is a blend of classic boomer shooters and traditional Metroidvanias. Fat riffs. Enjoy some custom heavy metal music mixed with some medieval elements. The music will change and intensify based on what's going on. The castle. Explore a giant castle and uncover the dark history of this place. Gain new power-ups and find new ways to traverse the map. Prepare for danger. I like this screenshot right here because this immediately makes me think of, like, the beginning of the first level of the last part of Serious Sam the First Encounter, which was probably one of, like, the highlight moments for me, was just like, wow, I didn't know they were gonna go here. And that was, like, the level that had, like, the castle in it and stuff, if I recall correctly. So yeah, like, the aesthetic to this has me really excited, actually. But let's see how the mechanics feel. That's gonna be the catch. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch back to the game. There's your metal soundtrack. Alright, this does say demo build. We've got continue new game and quit. There's no settings. If I recall correctly, there are settings, but you can't get to them before you start the game. Which seems a little odd. You can only have one save at a time. Okay. You can use either keyboard or mouse. You do have to use arrow keys, though. No WSAD for the menu. What's funny is there's, like... That's interesting. So there's both hover and focus indicator, like keyboard focus versus hover. But they also, like, compound on top of each other. I mean, that's one way of doing it, I suppose. Alright, let's start the timer. 1540. Nofta. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. For ages, mankind led the fight against the evil which dared to threaten its peace. There shouldn't be an apostrophe there. Their strongest soldiers were the Cavalier. Warriors enhanced with magic and the blood of demons. These were no knights of shining armor. Their shine was left behind, like the humanity they once had. Through their efforts, war has slowly been nearing its awaited end. Shouldn't be an apostrophe there either. But the fate of the two strongest Cavalier, the Cassian brothers, altered humanity's fate. One wished for peace, the other desired power. The end of their conflict would conclude this accursed war. Shouldn't accursed have two C's? The two heroes, Daigle and Aldous Cassian, were once a symbol of hope for humanity. Their combined might helped the forces of hell keep the forces of hell at bay. No demon could stand in their way. Oh, kept the forces of hell at bay. Yeah, I got that wrong. Is this going to auto-advance, or do I advance this? Okay. What? There was a... Okay, that was weird. It's changed the text, but then it faded. After years of fighting together, their personal goals grew apart. Daigle wanted to retire and live in peace, while Aldous kept growing more and more obsessed with power and sought to defeat the Demon King, so the brothers went their separate ways. Separate should have an A in the second vowel. Aldous fought tirelessly against the demons until he stood at Hell's door, so he challenged the King of Demons and a fierce battle ensued. In the end, Aldous defeated the forces of evil and was celebrated a hero. In the meantime, Daigle moved on and started a family with a beautiful woman named Cora. The couple wed and settled down, and not soon after, their son Alaric was born. These were happy times for the family. Alaric, that name seems, probably important. After the death of the Demon King, Aldous' thirst for power wasn't satisfied. He took over the throne of demons and led the monsters to a conquest to achieve what the Demon King couldn't. So he was a hero and then he turned into a villain. Oh well. Soon the kingdom of Nopta fell and Aldous took over the castle. From there he sent out his army of demons and brought destruction to the land. Times of peace were no more. This music looks like it's extremely compressed. Just looking at my volume meter, it's like constantly maxed out. To protect his family and put an end to Aldous' reign of terror, that should have an apostrophe at the end of Aldous, Daigle set out to the castle. He didn't want to fight his own brother, but he had to be strong to keep his family safe. I appreciate that they are giving you enough time to read the text, though, because too many games have that problem. Filled with determination, he approached the castle gates and prepared himself for what's to come. He knew that only one will leave this place alive. There shouldn't really be a comma there. I like how he's got, like, the glowing eye, too. Like, real shit. Alright. So, I guess we don't have configurable controls. It said interact... Oh, it's on the right side, too. Kick potion on R. Space is jump. So it jerks your... It jerks your FOV downward whenever you jump. That seems obnoxious. I don't have... I'm carrying guns, but I don't have bullets. Alright, I can kick. I can't kick the windows out, though. Can't interact with that. Oh, yeah, I probably need to... Yeah, so now we have, like, a bunch of screens. We've got equipment. No coat. May get a little cold. Default coat, the signature coat. Is there any difference, though? It's funny how there's, like, a dedicated option for no coat. Rather than just, like, remove. Stats. I don't know why there's, like, 200-200 on HP. So, let's see. Oh, it's probably instead of a slash. Like, this is your current, this is your max. Because XP is presumably... that's a lot of XP. Why am I level 90? Oh, this is one of those games that starts you at full power, because, of course, this just introduced us as we're Daigle, the father, right? That's not who we're supposed to play as. This is gonna do, you know, a beginning of SotN Richter thing, isn't it? I want to see something, though. Does this change my stats? I don't think it does. I think it's exactly the same. So I think it doesn't matter. Here's settings. So we do have windowed full screen as an option. I don't know if this is... Okay, there's an apply settings at the bottom. Oh. So there's technically still an arrow here, but, like, this is written on, like, behind it. I think the arrow's, like, technically on top, but that's a little awkward. You can use the keyboard here, but it's only indicated by the arrow, and you can't use left and right to change. You use left and right to change which arrow you're going to press when you press enter. So that's a little bit odd. All the quality settings are presumably at max here. Wait, no, there's a thing after epic. Wow. So there's low, medium, high, epic, and then cinematic. That's weird, because epic is usually, like, the highest, and, of course, I hate using the word epic for that anyway. I assume that it's partially an in-joke for, you know, Unreal Engine games, but I don't know. So there is both VSync and frame rate limit, so that's good. We can control sound effects and music. Oddly, they don't have numbers on them. You have to, like, press enter once to get into this, and there's no indication when you do, so that's a little bit weird. I mean, if you use the mouse, it's whatever. You've got field of view, and it does tell you the number for that, and you've got mouse sensitivity, which I think I want to turn down a bit. Oh, we can change keybinds. Okay. So we've got dash on left shift, heal on R, which I might want to change, because I might just hit that by accident thinking it's reload. Interact on E, jump on space, kick on F, weapon wheel on Q. So it does have a weapon wheel right out of the box, too. Whip on middle mouse. I wonder what exactly the function of that is, because we already have a melee kick. So is whip not just a melee attack? And then we've got... I think I already rebound these and it remembered it. Even though I restarted the... I was wondering if restarting the save file was gonna, like, kill my settings, because you can only get to the settings inside the game, not from the title screen. But no, it seems like it kept these, because I think I set these up. And then for some reason, Lantern 1 is up here, but Lantern 2 is at the bottom. I'm not sure what that's about. That seems like maybe a bug. Because, like, it was always in this order, where, like, Lantern 2 was 6, and Lantern 1 is 5. But for some reason, it's, like, out of order down here. Crossbow is 7. That's going to be a little hard to reach, but I'll see. We should probably try the weapon wheel, too. We also don't know how many weapons we're going to get in the demo anyway. Wait, so when I press 1 and 2, it actually, like... Oh, weapon wheel is not a hold. Okay. So you actually have things you can put in each hand independently. So that's why it's, like, readying one and then the other if I press 1 and then 2. So I guess there's going to be some mixing and matching, and that's why there's Lantern 1, Lantern 2, so on and so forth. It feels weird to, like, dedicate specific keys to each weapon of each hand, but... Store the lamps for loot and ammo. I guess I have to kick them, though. Alright. Well, you can kick them over. They're not very well made. Left and right mouse button to shoot, kick to parry, shift to dash. Right, there's your dash. And you can dash sideways and backwards. Kicking enemies refills ammo. Well, that was very pronounced. The kick feels very weird, though. And it feels like you have to be right on top of them. You have, like, no melee range whatsoever. Oh, damn. Does that just freaking one-shot them? And, yeah, so, like, you see the ammo indicators on both the right and left sides, because both weapons use the same ammo. Let me double-check something in here. Hello? I'm trying to go to keybinds. It's not... The game just crashed. Did not expect this game to do that. I figured with the other game it was probably a performance issue, but this game, I don't know what to attribute that to. If I hit continue, is it just gonna go back to the beginning anyway? Yup. Okay. I do kind of need to go in here because the mouse sensitivity is too high again. What did I want to check? I wanted to check something in keybinds. But now I forget what I wanted to check. Why did I want to come back in here? I wanted to check if there was a 1 and 2 for something else, I think. Why is there a nail gun 1 but no nail gun 2? That's odd. Okay, well, I can't remember why I wanted to come back in here, so... Let's try doing it again. What? Okay. They just stand completely stock still. And then they suddenly decide to attack. Also, my health bar leaves much to be desired because it's hard to tell how much it's filled. Like, the health bar border is way brighter than the actual fill color. Alright, can I read this? Press space to jump or 2 times for a double jump. Press shift while walking in a direction to perform a dash. Right. I guess you have to click to dismiss that. That's what I wanted to check. Okay, yeah. There is a second fire button. I destroy barrels? Nope, barrel is too big to destroy. What am I doing now, actually? Oh, we're jumping on the barrel. That's what we're doing. That's why we can't destroy it. Okay. We've got chests with health potions. Okay. Press R to use a health potion if you have any. You can see the amount you carry under the health bar. Oh, like under the whole thing. Yeah, it says 1 out of... Is that a 5 or a 3? That's a 5, okay. It's kind of small, and it's hard to tell where the connection was. Remember to kick lampposts. I mean, like, this is basically Castlevania. Kicking lampposts to get ammo. Or gold. It says gained gold. It doesn't say how much gold you gained, though. Can I dash in midair? Yes, okay. Wanted to test it there before I actually tried it here. I could also just double jump. That was fine. Enter. It had a question mark, but it also just did it anyway, so... I can't believe this follows the Microsoft model of consent. In other words, there isn't any. It does it anyway. I can't destroy those, though. Okay. Whoa, okay. Suddenly enemies just spawn in front of my face. What the heck was that? What is hitting me? I guess he's hitting me, so they have a much wider wingspan than I do. Because all I have is my foot. I can't whip yet. I just tried middle clicking, it didn't do anything. So yeah, it kind of seems like I am pretty much heavily incentivized to always be shooting enemies, not kicking them. And I do have to... Oh, that was a heal. I didn't even... Yeah, see, I just instinctively pressed R thinking it would reload. No, that's a heal. So I just wasted my potion. So that's probably going to keep happening unless I think of a different key to put it on. So, and also, if I go into here, is it going to crash again? I'm not going to risk it. Like, it definitely seems like when I re-entered settings, the thing crashed. Alright, we've got a couple of directions to go here. So, the thing about this is you have to manually fire each gun. So, like, to maximize your DPS... Oh, this is one of those games that still lets you pick up ammo even when you don't need it. What was I playing that did that? Was Painkiller what did that? I could have sworn I just walked up to the other thing and it, like, opened and collected automatically, but this time I had to press E. It's funny how there's the hit confirm crosshair even when you kick a lamppost. Yeah, I shouldn't be... I mean, like, the problem is you don't know if there's gonna be gold or ammo. Oh, that's what got me before. Okay. I don't know. Actually, something I should test. Will that stay, or does that eventually despawn? Oh, hello. Okay, there are headshots from the looks of it. I don't know if that stays around, like, forever, but it definitely stays around a while. But yeah, this... I like the satisfying... Oh, I walked right into that. I like the satisfying headshot, head confirm sound. This definitely feels like it's got Painkiller aspects to it, though, for sure. Okay, now I'm just getting gold. Gotta remember I have dash. I really wish it could do something to turn off the jerkiness on jumping. It's kind of annoying. I would imagine it's probably even more annoying when you're passively watching. I don't know if they have a crit spot. Like, with other guys, it's been very obvious. So what happened to, you know, kicking things to get ammo? I haven't gotten ammo in a while. It's been gold all the time. There's some ammo. It would be nice if there was, you know, some kind of effect when enemies warp in, because right now they just unceremoniously appear out of thin air. Also, like, why do they do that? It feels like they could warp them in before you round this corner so that it's a little bit more natural, too. You know, it's one of those games that very much spawns enemies in an empty room after you're in the room, and that just feels, like, very silly. Also, it's one of those games where the weapon model, Bob, doesn't match your foot speed at all. Like, there's a footstep sound, which is going at a completely different rate than the weapon model bobbing is. And, of course, it doesn't seem like there's a way to turn that off, either, which would also be a good thing to have. Like, there's no view bob, as far as I can tell, other than when you jump. So, like, it would be interesting, actually, because if you could turn off the weapon model bobbing, you could actually make this feel very Wolfenstein-y. Oh, that's a statue. I was like, wait, is that another dude? No. How did I miss both of those? Jeez. I think I can destroy these. What is that? Guessing this might need a key or something? No, it's... So if you stop very short of the door, it asks you to enter. It asks you if you want to enter. I feel like that needs to either be like an explicit prompt where you press, you know, like you press E to actually do it. Because otherwise, you have to stop on a dime, right? Like, you basically have to nudge yourself towards the door. I have a feeling that's the only place we can go for now, and this is some kind of movement progression that needs to happen. Also, oh, interesting. That does this. Tab and escape do the same thing. I was gonna say, like, if this is gonna be a Metroidvania, we should have a map. Oh, did we find the throne? No one's here. Save. Oh, this is... And that actually did require me to press E. But I swear the first time I found a door... See, now I have to press E, which is exactly what I was suggesting, but the first time I swear that didn't work. Like, it was just automatic. I just rammed into the door and it just transported me. Am I supposed to be able to get up there? Oh, this is closed again. Okay, but it does remember that I already took it. So... It kind of seems like I'm... Oh, I can jump on this. Okay, that's... Yeah, that could use signposting, because, like, that just looks like all these other columns. It might actually be shorter than the other columns. But it's like it's not lit on top at all, so it's very easy to miss. Am I going up there? I guess so. Feels harder to hit those than it should be. Alright, where are we going? And are there any other options of where to go? Got doors here. Unlock door. I don't have anything to unlock it with, right? Yeah, there ought to be like a sound or text or both telling you that you need a key. I mean, it's easy enough to surmise, but it feels a little wonky. Whoa, okay. I guess this is a serious arena. Oh, I backed into a lantern. I was like, what the hell was that about? I'm almost out of ammo, dude. I really don't want to have to fight these guys with melee. Because I don't trust it. They have a way larger wingspan than I do. So. Also, actually, I could use a heal. Let me use one. That was basically a full heal. I don't know if that's always what it is. Oh boy, this is... like, your dash is a very specific distance, and you better be used to it. My hearing. They don't make any sound when they fire their projectile, do they? They really should. Okay. Ah, okay. How do I get up there, though? Can I stand on these guys? Oh, I can. Alright, that's one way of doing it. So there's a chest there, and then there's another platform there. It kind of feels like this is trying to be Hexen in terms of, like, making things very easy to overlook, and I'm not sure I like that. But, like, that is a thing that, you know, PS1 era Metroidvanias are... What the... Where did you fucking come from? Make noise when you spawn in. Like, seriously, where were they? I thought they do make noise when they spawn in. I didn't hear them. Maybe I should go mess with the volume, but also, it might crash, so I guess I won't. I was out there already. Can I get up there? Oh, I can go that way first? Okay. It's good that they have signposts. The only problem is I'm knocking out the signposts, so if I ever had to do this again, I'd be screwed. So I feel like I should probably stop doing that. And even then, like, the signposts are really only good for when you're, like, viewing the platform from above, not below. Or at least they're more effective that way. Alright, I think we're about to learn what the progression for, the cracked walls is. Okay, this is getting a little dicey. Also, don't know what gold is for. Alright. Unlock power kick. How do we use it? It's not on the weapon wheel. Oh, it's just... It upgraded our kick. I don't know... It definitely didn't increase its rate of fire. And I don't know that it made it any more... Like, I don't know that it increased its distance at all. That's kind of what I'm concerned about. Okay, so we're just, up here now. Above the doors we were at before. I'm gonna go back and save. And also, we're gonna want to go in there next anyway, because that's still locked. I don't remember if I went all the way that way or not. I think I did, though. I think that was the first thing I did. I wonder if green door always means save room. Also, it's very awkward that I can't climb these stairs. I have to jump. That seems like an oversight. Also, saving does not restore health. You would think that it would. Oh, did all the lanterns come back, though? I would assume that means so did all the enemies. Alright, I want to double check. Whoop. Wait, is this... Yeah, I wanted to double check this. Well, they're back. Which, I mean, you know, yeah, standard Metroidvania, the enemies would come back, so there is that. As long as the pickups also come back, I guess that's okay. Because I don't think I went over here before. Unless I've been here already. I don't think I have. Oh, this was actually... I could have been here before, I just didn't go that way. Okay. But yeah, that's... Is there a reason to be up there, though? I imagine these guys are also gonna respawn. Yeah, see, those barely made any noise. It was very quiet. Like, the headshot noise is very loud, but... They do make a projectile sound. It's just if you're, like, far enough away from them, you're not gonna hear it. So yeah, this definitely needs some work on the sound design to make sure sounds are as standout as they need to be. I didn't mean to do that. I just accidentally healed. I'm having a real hard time hitting him from this distance. Why did I hear another sound there? It must... I'm guessing that was the projectile colliding with something. Since I did just use up a heal, I'm gonna go save again while I'm at full health. And now let's go use the power kick over here. And that's our key. Okay. I was trying to pick up the shadow. Which, yeah, like, the light is technically coming from down in the chest. So, yes, the shadow was on the top of the chest. The key was in the chest. There should be nothing in here still, right? Wait, no, there is? The chest contents regenerate? That I wouldn't have expected. Wait, where did I need to use this? It was over here, okay. Was it this one? Yeah. Okay. We need to test something. If I go back through here, it should still let me go through. Yeah, okay, good. Were they, like, looking the other way? And then just turned 180 degrees on a dime? More platforming coming up. Oh, but there's also a door over here? But it's locked. Okay. And you can see the lock right there. This room immediately makes me think of part of Veilstein Castle in, yeah, didn't hear him at all. Part of Veilstein Castle in East the Oath and Filgana. Oh, am I? No, I'm not maxed on potions. I just didn't aim well enough. Okay. How did one of those miss, dude? Oh, they do move a bit on their own. Okay. Yeah, like, they rock side to side a bit, so... I missed that one by a bit. So basically their wings don't have hitboxes. Part of the problem. Okay, also this is now a shmup room. How am I not hitting you? Seriously. It's ridiculous how much I'm not hitting them. This shouldn't be that hard. But every time I'm hitting a wing and the wings don't count, which I think is not great. Because it's amazing how often I actually end up hitting the wings. And therefore not hitting anything. Also, I do have a second bar that they haven't explained yet, have they? It's green, which matches the color of my boot now, but doesn't seem correlated to that. Another K. Are we gonna get more enemies spawning on the way back? Guess not. So that door was back across this. Oh, I need to do more platforming. Okay. Huh. Now what it occurs to me, I go back and save. Because that excursion brought me probably fairly close to where the save room was, right over here. It does seem really weird to only give you one save slot. I kind of hope that's a demo-only limitation. I still don't understand why I hear the... Like, when the projectile hits something, it makes the firing sound again, which sounds like it comes from where the enemy was, but the enemy's dead. That seems like a bug. Okay. We saved, our health's in reasonable shape, we've got 4 potions. So is that a level transition? Oh, there was a save here anyway. But then there's a door behind the save. Alright, go figure. Pretty sure there wasn't a door behind the other save. Now they just have bullets lying around. Kinda seems like boss time. Hey look, guess who it is? What is a man? I was wondering when you intended to visit your dear brother. Are there arrows on both sides? There was a little icon there about pressing the mouse to continue. It has been far too long. Look what I had achieved while you were gone. Are you proud of me, Tegel? This madness needs to stop. You have wreaked chaos? No, it's wreaked havoc. Wreaking havoc is the phrase. You have wreaked chaos for far too long. You call it madness. I call it order. The demons are under my control, and the war is over. Even though you killed the Demon King, humanity lost this war. Look at you. A monster like this is not my brother. Or my broter. No, I'm not your broter. Learn to fucking spell. Silence, for I am your king. And I do not need your approval. Approval isn't a word. It's 2 P's. Bow to me or die like the rest of this tainted kingdom. I'm sorry this has to end like this, Aldous. May your soul rest in peace. Okay, suddenly... Oh, jeez, it's one of these. You can crit him as well. I don't know how that hit me. He seems to stop moving a lot. But he can be kind of hard to see at that kind of a distance. It's hard to see his projectiles coming too, and I don't hear them from this distance at all. It's also, like, hard to hit him. Are the bullets respawning? I'm gonna get further away from him. Am I dead? Game over! He shot me like 4 times and I died. I wasn't paying attention to my health, though, to be fair. Alright, so... For some reason, it starts me behind the throne, which is kind of awkward. I'm just, like, staring at a big plank. Also, there's some Z-fighting happening there. I thought I had a half a chance at that fight. That doesn't count, huh? Okay, you can also, like, advance the text quicker after a second, but you do need to wait a second before it lets you do it. Basically, always be strafing. The problem is that... Okay, or don't be always strafing. It doesn't fucking matter. You get hit anyway. You really have to, like, watch the trail. I'm doing much worse this time because I can't even get a shot off. Oh, come on. He basically point blanked from behind. Where is he? I really wish they would make your health a brighter color, though. I guess the notion is, though, that both you and your brother can dash. Yeah, so sometimes he does multiple, and that's when you really have to watch out. Oh shit, I'm right next to him, dude. Heal. It's like, use the pillars to your advantage. Okay, the guitar and the choir are not singing in the same... Like, they're not both playing in the same key, so it's kind of weird. Like, the guitar should be a half step up. It's like, it kind of works anyway, but, like, it's basically, like, working in spite of... There we go, we did it. Where is he? Oh, hi. He's got a party hat on. Look at that. Do you know, ALARIC, with what little understanding the world is ruled? If I shall fail to prevail, be the one to guide the world back to its proper state. Didn't have enough time for that one. In a tragic twist of fate, Daigle met his end. Consumed by rage over his brother's betrayal, Aldous swore in Daigle's final moments that his family would be next. So, we won, but we didn't win. You could have just done that anyway. But no, you game over if you actually die. Shortly after Daigle's passing, Aldous began his conquest, sending a small army of demons towards his former home. From that moment on, he severed all ties to his humanity and fully embraced the darkness that had overtaken him. Hora knew what had to be done. She forced ALARIC to flee while she held off the demons for as long as she could. She knew her time was limited and that her final moments were near. So, like, yeah, this text continues to be here for enough time for you to read it, but the black text on white background was a little bit hasty. The young boy ran, but there weren't many places left to go. Demons already roamed the land, having enslaved most of the free people of Nocta. Eventually, they caught ALARIC too. ALARIC was forced into labor as a slave like so many beside him. Everyone was now property of Aldous, condemned to build and bring his nightmarish kingdom to life. But ALARIC did not forget. After 8 long years, a revolution began. The slaves devised a plan and banded together to fight back and escape the prison camp. The most determined among them was ALARIC, who led his friends and neighbors to freedom. Driven by sheer will and a thirst for vengeance, he swore to avenge his parents. I like how the evil zombie dude is running away now. From that day on, ALARIC began to train. He took a whip from one of his former captors, his weapon of choice from then on. Over the next few years, he grew stronger, working as a mercenary and preparing for his revenge. Okay, so we were playing the prologue as Daigle, and he didn't have a whip, but ALARIC does. Now the time has come. The son of Daigle has returned to finish what his father began. He will end all this in his reign and free the people of Nopta from the madness he unleashed. Filled with hate and unwavering determination, ALARIC approached the castle. Huh. And we're even starting outside, SotN style? Alright. We can't dash. But we can whip. I feel like if that's your only starting weapon, then it probably shouldn't be on middle click. Are there still... what does stats say? Yeah, so now we're 0 out of 100 experience. A little bit different. But we already have half of the hit points that our dad had. Oh, so the scroll only impacts this. Wait, it says kick damage, but I can't kick either. I can only whip. Alright, it's really weird, though, to see, like, just blatantly scaled textures. It's like, something that you'll hear Macaw criticize games of is, like, different pixel densities. So it's like, that's one pixel density, this right next to it is a different pixel density, and then the really big rocks are a different pixel density. It's like you tried to make a retro thing, but you kind of half-assed it. Hold, pull enemies. That should be IES, not YS. I'm kind of confused. So yeah, using mouse wheel this many times is like middle click this many times is kind of weird. Also, they're just stuck on the sign, so okay. I don't get the hold thing. Creatures crossing Avaldis Castle. Anything else going on out here, though? Seems like it can go quite a ways out. I might be accidentally skipping ahead by doing this. Also, I should probably stop jumping because it's probably making everybody watching seasick. The stupid head bob. Yeah, that's just... you can just cut right past the village. We can destroy lanterns with the whip, too. So, like, if you hold it down, it, like, glows, which I guess is supposed to be, like, the hold thing, but I don't really get what that meant. How did that miss? I destroyed the sign? Probably not. I don't know if this is going to have secrets. That was kind of what I was hoping Tab might tell me earlier. Oh, yeah, I guess they're kind of pitch black once you destroy all the lanterns inside. So actually, were there two paths coming out of here? Or was it just the one? I think it was just the one. This seems like an oddly slow progression all of a sudden after we were, you know, fighting enemies basically right away as Deagle. Also, I feel I feel it's necessary to point out that Deagle, spelled slightly differently, is the name of Smeagol's friend. What's that? That's just light hitting a thing. Okay. Alright, clearly this is where we should be going. I don't know if there's anything else to find anywhere, but we got one potion. I think we got some ammo, but we don't have any weapons yet. A game by Dominic Rigorous. Kind of surprised they didn't give... Oh, now they're doing more. Made in Unreal... Wait, this is Unreal Engine? I would not have assumed this was Unreal Engine. I guess that's why it crashed. The same way as the... Actually, I don't even know if the other game I was playing was Unreal Engine. Also, hey, Zettabyte. The thing you hate with UE5 is how it seems to handle updates. Oh, jeez. Like, it doesn't... They're not incremental? Yeah, that seems pretty bad. That feels like another thing that, like, it's probably a matter of the engine should make it easier to do correctly, but it's gotta be possible to do. That would seem like a huge step down, especially if, like, UE4 had no problem doing it. There's no way that UE5 doesn't have a way to do it the right way. It just... I don't know. Without knowing anything about game dev specifically, and not having used it, I have to assume that they just made some of the worst possible default decisions. I don't know why they would frickin' do that, and suddenly make the new version of their engine the worst possible choice to use for basically anything. It basically takes up double space until the update is done. Good grief, that's even worse. That's a good warning to have, though. Oh, hi, who are you? I haven't seen you around here, have I? You can call me Balthazar. What brings you to a rotten place like this? I'm kinda confused as to... Is purpose like the title, and avoidance and sarcasm are the only choices? Or is purpose also a choice? Purpose is also a choice. I'm here to kill Albus. You're not the first one to say this phrase. Many tried and lost their life here. What could possibly make you any different? Truth or decline. The weird thing is, like, that looks like a menu option, but this doesn't, but I think it's because... I would assume it's because there's keyboard focus there, but I can't seem to make a selection with keyboard on these. Whereas, like, the keyboard did work in the settings menu and stuff. I'm not sure why it doesn't here. And this UI is really weird because it makes the top choice not feel like a choice because it doesn't have the same interaction as the other ones. He killed my parents, turned this world to shit, and I won't find peace as long as that bastard is still breathing. So, the stories are true. You must be ALARIC Cassian. I was waiting a long time for this day to come. Now we only have one choice. You know me? If you truly intend to kill Aldous and end his cursed bloodline, then consider me your friend. How can you be of assistance for me? I am a merchant and possess... Oh. I'm a merchant and possess the power to upgrade your weapons, stranger. No, I'm not gonna actually voice him that way. I can move freely around the castle. If you see me somewhere around, approach me and we can trade goods. Alright. You have anything else to say? Oh, it does the whole thing again. You can do the whole thing again. Avoidance. Attend to your own business, stranger. I don't know if that, like, overrides the previous choice. Like, I don't know if your choices here make any difference. But he just, it repeats the entire dialogue if you talk to him again. Which seems kind of, Warning, this place is filled with horror and danger with capital H and D, respectively. Proceed only if you seek certain death. That comma doesn't really belong there. Does it let you jump off the side? It technically does. Except not really. Alright, cool. I found certain death. It was, like, really oddly limiting my movement there, so I couldn't even get back up. Alright, at least it auto-saved us here, so I only have to redo this screen. Oh, can I whip these? No, I guess I can't. So yeah, this screen is very much basically a self-controlled cinematic. Just pass by him and see what happens. It probably doesn't matter. Looks like we're gonna get kicking boots right away. Generic British and American. Oh man, you should have been here. Unlock kick. Yeah, there you go. So we needed boots in order to kick. Also, I can't see my legs. You should have been here yesterday when I played, the Anima Gate of Memories remaster, because, oh my god, the voice acting in that is very, very mediocre. Hey, Mike. Press F to kick, use it as an attack or to destroy certain... Why is it tutorializing kick now? It's like I just played the intro where you already tutorialized that. That seems weird. It's like they added the intro later or something. Or maybe it's optional to skip. Man. We should join the fucking Rockettes if we can kick that high. Also, wait. It's still making that sound after they're destroyed. If you keep kicking the same place where the planks were, it makes the plank breaking sound again. Yeah, there's several lacks of attention to detail in this. Kick launches enemies in the direction you're looking. That's true, we did see it launch a zombie earlier. But also, I don't trust, I didn't get to read the rest of that. Yep, okay. I tried to catch it on the replay, but I was too slow to catch it on the replay. How goes the demos? Well, the first one today was Rack Remake, which I already knew was good. And I am listed in the voluntary tester credits, right next to Decino, actually. Which I never expected to be listed next to. The next demo was not great, and also it crashed. Or it froze. This demo also froze when I did a very specific thing, so I'm trying not to do that again. The previous demo I played was, like, very hard to see things in. This demo, I wasn't sure how I was gonna think of the mechanics, but I like the aesthetic a lot, other than the Z fighting. So these guys, like, don't aggro. Why are they T-posing all the time, too? Maybe they're just very, like, they just got up and they're stretching, I guess. But yeah, they seem to attack forward even if I hit them from behind. I mean, I guess it's good that they're making it... Hello? This one doesn't want to budge, dude. It's stuck. The right side is just staying there. Press Q to open the weapon wheel. Why can I only... Oh, no. The guns are, like, non-ambidextrous, so for some reason I have to, like, assign it to a specific hand. Use the left and right mouse buttons to shoot. Gain ammo by destroying loot lamps, or... Loot lamps! That's a word. Or kicking enemies. I feel like I should have more ammo than that. I have 0 ammo. I just kicked 3 enemies. And also, I got ammo, like, 2 levels ago, but now I have none. Please explain that to me. I'm pretty sure it was bullets. Oh, you have to press Q again to get rid of that. Okay. That seems a little wonky. And also, we don't have double jump. So yeah, we're left-handed by default until we get the second pistol, which will be right-handed. That seems really silly, though, that you specifically get the pistol for your left hand first. You can't pick which hand to use it in first. Why is it giving me the weapon wheel text again now? Alright, well, I somehow got 24 ammo by kicking that one zombie after I had this weapon equipped. I guess maybe it specifically gives you ammo for whatever you're holding. Okay, yep, we do have... wow, that went on for a while. And then it disappeared. Man, these zombies are ready for a hoedown over here. Use the stats tab in the menu to assign skill points after each level up. So this is the first level up we've seen because there were no level ups in the intro. Well, the problem with centered guns is, like, you would have to be, like, holding them like that when you have two of them. But yeah, actually, that would be kind of cool if they, like, centered it when you only have one. And then switched to the sides when you got two. And actually, I wonder if that'll be a thing for any of the weapons. Because, like, I think there are certain weapons that are, like, two-handed or something. Okay. Upgrade skill. God, that text is so fucking tiny and Ant couldn't read it. Kick and whip damage, defense, or critical chance. Critical chance? What the hell is critical chance? I thought it was just you get a headshot or you don't get a headshot. Oh, no, but critical chance is 0% right now. I'm gonna go with defense for starters. That seems like the most important thing. I don't really intend to use whip and kick that much. Also, it is interesting that they specifically told us to kick enemies, not whip them, and I wonder if whip would work for ammo as well. Health potions are displayed under your health bar. Well, I'm pressing E. Thank you. Hadn't I already picked up a health potion too? Yeah, that was also gone. It's like the game just did a full reset when we got to this level, and it's also acting as if we didn't play the intro. I also missed that message. Oh, displayed under... Oh, it's the same message. Okay. So, very odd. It feels like this is a tale of two demos, and now we're playing the second one. Yep, no, you have to kick. You don't get ammo from whipping. Every time I cross that boundary, it says outer castle, I guess, because it's set up like 3 times now. That's a little unfortunate. Feels like that should be tied to you entering on a specific delay and play it once and that's it. I also don't know if this has, like, auto-saved at all. I need to go into settings to, like, try to adjust the sound volume. Because it seems like it's too low right now. Especially relative to this music. There's definitely better range on the whip, though. Like, it doesn't even look like it actually has that much range, but it apparently does. I have to remember there's no reloading in this. Because the button that would be reload is actually heal. These are different enemies than we had in the intro portion, though. Was that part of the music or not? So there's 2 doors over here. It's unfortunate that we don't have dash anymore. Thanks for the... Oh, Abrisatos, thanks for the raid. How have you been? I hope you're doing well. Get another level up. Yeah, there's like a pause when you level up. Hey dude, are you okay? Alright, let's go improve our stats. You were also doing demos. Alright, cool. Yeah, this... Oh, wow, it's actually late. I don't know if I'll have time to finish this. I may have to take a break before I finish it. I wasn't sure how long I would go with this demo, but surprise, it's been an hour. This demo looks very interesting, and it is actively pretty much advertising itself as, like, FPS SotN or something, because like it actually says it's a Metroidvania. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about the mechanics. They're definitely a little bit jank, but it might be like within, you know, a reasonable range of jank to where it's still, you know, fun enough to play. I'm still going to go defense on my stats. But yeah, I do like the aesthetic they went for with this. I lamented a little bit because they definitely have, I mean, like, look at this, for example. Look at the size of the pixels on that texture versus this one. It's just all over the place. Like, there's no consistency to it. So you kind of have to, like, ignore that, tune it out. There's a ramp over there for some reason. Okay, that's probably a save room. That's a big guy. Oh, God. Get me out of here. Alright. Happy landings. Oh, jeez. I mean, I think he still only took, like, 2 headshots and was done, so... I expected it to be... worse than that. You do have a whip, so, like, seriously, this is trying to be Castlevania. But yeah, earlier this afternoon I played the Rack Remake demo, which I actually did some playtesting for. So that one is looking pretty good. Did I get anything from my wish? Oh, today, well, I mean, this maybe. Rack Remake is already, like, well, I already technically have it because Carnival gave it to me to do more playtesting. So this is a save room. We've got 2 doors out of here, actually. I do need to go back and wishlist a bunch of stuff from earlier in the week, because I've been doing demos all week, basically. I would have to, like, Alt-Tab and look at my list again, because it's so long. I've posted about a lot of the ones that I've played on Mastodon and Blue Sky. Okay, we've got some platforming in here. This looks like a Serious Sam room, with less bouncing. Effulgence, but you don't want to play more. What kind of game was it? Alright, let's see what's this. Is this locked? No. Like, I'm kind of a... Wait. Oh, this goes through to the other side. Okay. So what does this side look like? I guess we'll find out. This is also like this. Okay. So I'm pretty sure there's 2 different rooms that are structured like this. There's a lot of Z-footing on texture boundaries in this. It really makes me wonder how they're applied, because, like, it's surprising to see it just in, like, you know, a small strip alongside, like, you know, the bottom or top of textures rather than across the whole thing. Turn-based RPG. So I played... I guess you could count this as interesting, but not really compelling to me. Yesterday I played, Steel Century Groove, which is it has rhythm-based battles, so the battles are a rhythm game, but it's basically Pokemon. The problem is, I feel like the way that they render the track progressively makes it harder than it should be to see things, and sometimes, like, I picked a particular mecha that will make grace notes appear during certain time periods, and sometimes they just, like, appear, like, an 8th note after what you just played, and it's like, you have no time to react to that. So, it kind of felt... It felt like it didn't work as well as I would have liked, but it seemed like it was, like, pretty polished, though. Alright, yeah. Or I can just press number 2. Now we have two guns, so we can fire twice as fast, but it's fully manual. The one that went right on your wish list was Heaven Does Not Respawn. Yeah, I haven't done much in the way of horror games. I did look at one game that was clearly trying to be fear-inspired. I didn't end up streaming it because it proved pretty quickly to be just a really weird mishmash of things with really no regard to balance. Oh, I can still turn while I'm leveling up. A little harder to see them here. And there's a lot more of the bigger ones. I'm also wary of them coming from the other side. Okay, now this is just starting to feel like Killing Floor or something. Just kite all the enemies. Oh, hello. I'm also gonna run out of bullets eventually. Also, yeah, all of the, there's way too many of you. I just gained 2 levels. It's kind of a mess now. Alright, did I kill everybody? I think I killed everybody. Let's go upgrade our defense some more. Because I still think that's the most compelling thing to upgrade. I really should put stuff like Extraction Shooter on my ignore list, so that I just don't see any of those. But yeah, so I don't know if you got... I don't know if you all got to play the Mina the Hollower demo. Yacht Club Games did a real scummy thing that I don't like when developers do and made it a time-restricted demo. But I do have a recording posted on my YouTube channel of it if you missed it and want to see what it plays like. I do have to give Mina the Hollower credit. It has a very good learning ramp. Like, I had no problem finishing the demo. Uh-oh, we got a boss. Is this just a giant mushroom? Okay, the eye is the weak point, right? No, the eye is the only point that's vulnerable at all, I think. Ow. I mean, it is turning to face me, so, you know, that helps. Not doing a whole ton of damage to it. Okay, that does not get blocked by these posts. Is this actually a Souls-like in terms of how tanky the bosses are? Ow. I'm gonna heal out of an abundance of caution. I just got hit there again, too. The ammo does seem to respawn. We're almost there. Oh. There we go. You still gotta wait for its attacks to disappear. Like, those things just go on forever until they hit the wall. They might be going on forever beyond the wall, too, given that these didn't stop it. I don't know. It's more of a jump rope than a bunny hop in this case, because you really had to, like, time it. So, I mean, this game does have headshots, but that boss didn't seem to. Alright. Also, yeah, you can keep picking up ammo even after you don't need to pick up ammo anymore. So I'm gonna stop picking it up now. Alright, Eversados, thanks for bringing your folks over. I'm gonna have to... Yeah, there's always so much stuff. Oh, did we just finish it? I think we just finished the demo anyway. So look at that timing. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go and look at a couple of the ones you mentioned just to see what they look like. Thank you for playing the demo. Is it just gonna stay there? Okay. And now we're back to the title screen. Okay, cool. That was more enjoyable than I expected, but it definitely is, you know, there's a degree of jank to it. I would love to see an option to remove the head bob associated with jumping. I would love to see the hitboxes made a little more forgiving on some enemies, especially the flying eyeballs. Their wings are not hitboxes. So if you end up hitting the wing, you miss. And it seems very easy to end up missing, either because of, you know, you strafe running or enemies bobbing around as they move. I didn't really get a sense, like, when we got the whip, when we started playing as ALARIC, which was, like, halfway through the demo. I should stop the timer, by the way. It said something about, like, holding to do something, and I didn't get a sense of what exactly that actually does. So I might have to look closer at that. But no, this actually seems pretty good, and, you know, again, I like the aesthetic. I wonder exactly how much variation there will be, how well the level design will evolve, because, like, if this is supposed to be one big open space, like, they definitely gave you a little bit of, you know, they introduced a little bit of the Metroidvania with the power kick when we were playing as Daigle at the beginning. But I do wonder, like, how big the game world will end up being in the main game. So we effectively had two boss fights, once as Daigle and once as ALARIC. The boss fight when we were playing as Daigle was, I don't know, it's like, you could get used to it, but it also seemed kind of unforgiving because, like, yeah, if you happen to just get hit, if the boss happened to dash right near you and then hits you a bunch of times at once, you're just dead. One of my criticisms to begin with was I wish the health bar were a brighter color of red so it was more obvious when you're low on it. And then, of course, there was the second bar that I don't think was ever explained to us, so we'll have to see what that ends up being. But, yeah, this is pretty neat. Might have to keep an eye on it.